Hello, 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 everybody. It's your girl Ashley, the amateur expert, and we are live for the we are live for the first time in a while. Long time no see. Happy to be back. We are back in this thing. I hope you all are well. I am excited to have today's guest. I know we've been supposed to have him for a while, but he is taping a movie or filming a movie. I think is the proper terminology there. He is filming a movie, and so we have to be flexible with schedules. And so I'm excited that he is going to join us very shortly. Where are you all joining us from? Where are you joining us from? Sorry for the silence, trying to type out. Hello, DMB in the building. Oh, we got New York in the building, and we have Chris in the building. So we are going to invite him in. Wow, things have changed on Instagram since the last time I've been here. So how do we make this happen? Up top. Go live with Christopher. Happy Talk Tuesday. Here we are. Thank you. Thank you, TT. Hello, Chris.
What's up?
How are you?
Oh, I'm alive. I'm living. So excited to do this.
We love to hear it. Okay, so welcome to the Amateur Expert Podcast. If this is your first time joining us, we are going to have a conversation with Christopher and talk to him about his career path, his ideas of success, and the tips and motivators that he has used along the way. So
Yeah.
I know you are super busy. You literally just got off set. So introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and what you are doing currently for work.
Wow. My name is Christopher Ammanuel. I am a professional FedEx driver delivering
Yes.
everybody's packages late. And just a crazy action movie alongside my great mentor and brother, Tyrese Gibson, Ray Liotta, and Scott Eastwood. It's been something crazy. It's currently 1 a.m. whopping 1 a.m. here, and I'm just so excited for this interview.
Well, we love your dedication and also I'm thankful for you doing this with us. So, you are not a professional, what did you say, FedEx, UPS driver. You are an actor, but I want to know, you're also a teacher and do other things, but I want to know when you were a young lad, when you were a young tenderoni, what did you want to be when you grew up? And what was the motivating factor behind that?
I've always known that I was going to be an entertainer. I sing, I play instruments, I dance, I rap, I songwrite, I act. And so from like 4 years old, 3, 4, 5 years old, singing was like my love, my heart. Then skits and acting with my siblings and stage plays, it just became a part of everyday life, especially coming from a church background. Just the creative arts, just it flowed so heavily throughout my adolescence. And so I think this is something that I've always known would happen.
I love that. Okay, and so most times you have most times I have guests on the show. It's very rare that you have someone that knew from a very early age what they wanted to do. They sort of go through a lot of different things that are not always in society's vision of in alignment of what they would be doing, right? So maybe you did start off as a truck driver or think I want to be a truck driver, and now you're this actor. So since you knew that that was your passion and what you wanted to work towards, um, can you sort of just share with us what did you think you had to do to become a successful actor? Like, or what did you envision that success like as a child?
So my granddad, Stewart, George W. Stewart, he's a Grammy Award winning executive producer. Um, he always taught us about the industry, especially on the music side, and how it was just nothing but hard work. And so I think my journey to this place, uh, I've always known that 10,000 hours of hard work would get you anywhere that you want to be. And so I never tried to take shortcuts. Like, I've
Mm,
always worked extremely hard. I've always um, wanted to outwork everyone in the room, as
mhm,
well as just put my best foot forward while supporting everyone in the room. Because even though you
mm.
can try your best to outwork them all, you can still show genuine love and compassion and help when you can. And so I always knew that it would take a community, but also that hard work and that drive of whatever you want to do, just put your mind to it and go make it happen. Faith without works is dead, but
Amen.
you can't just have faith. You have to have the works too. So, yeah.
I love that. Okay, so from stage plays and all those things as a child, how did you actually become this guy who is an actor and who's been on TV and is shooting films? Like, how did that happen? Can you sort of give us that journey?
Phew. It was a lot of trial and error, like trying everything from extra work to crew jobs to crafty jobs to PAing to stand in, like just trying everything, just meeting people and seeing who's gonna give me the opportunity. And then one day I just kind of realized that the opportunity is in the work.
Mm,
And so I stopped trying to find shortcuts and I started training extra hard, started like really investing into my craft and going to classes and putting my heart in things that otherwise I wouldn't have given attention to.
mhm,
Because everybody tries to tell you, yeah, the best way to get in is this way. Just become a PA, meet a couple directors, and get on as an extra, and maybe a director will bump you up and give you a line. But realistically, get in acting classes,
mm,
hone your craft, like really put 10,000 hours of effort into becoming the best creative that you can be and the best actor that you can be. And guess what? Your gift will make room for you. And I think that's what everybody misses. So, yeah, that was my process.
I love that. Okay, so how did you deal with rejection along the way? Because I know that in this entertainment industry, it is something that is prevalent. And I know you said your grandfather had prepped you, but I mean, I can tell you the stove is hot. But once you feel it, you're like, ooh, boy, not gonna do that again. So how did you personally deal with rejection?
Look, no preparation will prepare you for what we go through in this industry. But one thing that I can say is I don't deal with rejection. Realistically, I don't deal with it. Um, it happens,
Okay.
and you gotta move to the next thing. Like, even if you just give your, I deal with feelings. I don't deal with rejections.
I love that.
Like, I look at a situation, I say, you know what, I didn't get that. How does that make me feel? And I use my emotions and my feelings to motivate the next opportunity,
I
right?
love that.
Because I know in this business isn't never is not right now or not at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And so, consistency is one thing that always drives results. Like the story of 7 Up, the guy created the soda. He tried 7 times
Yeah.
and he failed 7 times. But, he got up 7 times and it hit. And so, even though some things do hurt and some do hurt more than others, I
Mm-hmm.
just don't think it's something that you have to deal with, because at the end of the day, one thing that I've learned about this business, while actors sit and we wallow and say, oh, I'm hearing no all the time, I'm hearing no all the time. Think about your agents. They have 200 actors. And
Mm-hmm.
if they send out 1,000 auditions and no one books, they hear no more than you do. So
Sorry.
it's
That's
it's
what's up.
perspective. Like, it's really perspective. And so when you realize that it could be worse, like you can submit 10,000 auditions and never book one, then it kind of it helps you relax in a lot of ways.
No, that is really good. Thank you for sharing that. And I think that that helps not just with people who are trying to be actors, but just in all industries, right? Like, personally, I'm still trying to find my dream job out in LA, and I'm applying, and you don't get it, right? And you're just like, dang, what are we about to do? But you just have to keep going, right? And it's like it's gonna
Mm.
happen. It's going to happen. It's not your role, it's not your position, it's not your whatever, but yours is coming. And so that was a great perspective to share. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So how do you define success for yourself today?
Ooh, how do I define success for myself today? Well, I would say 5 years ago, I would have attached success to what I am doing, like
Mm-hmm.
the accolades and the roles or whatever. But how I define success today is happiness. Like, am I genuinely happy? I think it goes back to what you said. Like, you can apply for that dream job, and it can hurt you that you're not getting that dream job until you get it and you realize that it's not actually a dream. Like, it's
It
not
wasn't,
something that
yeah.
you actually want. And it takes me back to a role that I was super hurt that I didn't get. And then I talked to the person who got it, and they were like, bro, I hate that I ever took this role
Wow.
because the environment on set, like how the people make you feel, this and that, all of these things hitting, and it's something that they regret. And so sometimes your biggest blessing is that denial,
Amen.
that someone's saying no because they're making the decision for you, so you don't have to go through certain things in life that isn't meant for you. So
That is another awesome perspective, because man, oh man, God be blocking stuff for you. You be like, no, but I really and I need it, and but you don't understand God. But literally,
he
He
be
has it
blocking it.
on purpose. On purpose. So thank you for sharing that and being vulnerable, with us in that sentiment. What is something that you have learned, or you're in the process, or you're still in the process of learning that you wish you would have learned sooner?
How to be patient, like, and when I say patient, I mean genuine patience. Like, just understanding that timing is key and timing
Mm-hmm.
is perfect, and my timing isn't perfect, but God's is. Sometimes one thing I'll say is, if you keep asking God for something, eventually He's going to give it to you, whether you're prepared or not.
Amen.
And when you're not prepared, you realize just how much of a blessing and a curse it could be, because
Amen.
it's kind of like when I said everybody wants the success of acting without training for it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like getting in a room that you just kept pushing and kicking, and finally you kick the door open just to realize you were not prepared to be in that room. And every opportunity that could have come from that room, if you had just been patient and prepared and made sure that you were ready to get in that room, you crumble every opportunity just because of your lack of patience.
That's so good. And I feel like that's twofold, right? And so God will give you what you are asking for, even if you're not ready all the time. And when you do crumble it, it's a great lesson. Well, I don't want to say great, it's a sucky lesson because it doesn't feel good. And what is for you is still going to be for you. But I think Michael Todd said this. I think it was Michael Todd, but you delay what he's going to have for you, right? So yes, you're going to have this amazing whatever God has for you, but if you keep pushing or you're not prepared for when he's opening the small doors or windows, you're going to delay this big, but I don't know, thing that you've been dreaming for, asking for. So,
Yeah,
that's so dope. That's so dope.
yeah.
Okay.
Seek first the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of God, and everything else will be added. So, just be patient. Seek Him first and let Him add all of those things to your life. Because I promise they're gonna come, but you can't make it happen. So just relax,
You gotta
relax.
surrender, surrender, surrender. Okay, so you have also recently, I think it's more recent, started doing acting classes. And so what made you decide to give back in that way?
You know what? The pandemic. So I started acting classes at the top of the pandemic last year. I think it was like March or April. It was in April, the day after my birthday, actually. And I started giving them out for free.
Mhm,
And I would do 4 classes a month for absolutely free, because I knew what the pandemic started to do to people and their finances, and people were
mhm,
getting laid off and this and that. And there were genuine creatives who just couldn't afford it
mhm,
at the time. And sometimes God will put something on your heart to do, and your ego will tell you, "Nah, I don't. I'm not about to waste my time." But it's not wasting your time, because God always gives you something, even in return
mhm,
of you receiving nothing in a
mhm,
physical sense. And so it's like, whether it's something spiritual or whether it's something down the line, you never know. And so I started those classes to really help my fellow thespians out, and I can say they've been amazing, like amazing. I love you too, brother. Yeah, they've been great.
I love that. No, that's so sweet that you decided to give back in that way. A few people have hit me up about it, so I hope that they tap in because, like you said, it's important to perfect your craft. And to learn from, I think it's always important to learn from someone who is actually doing the job, right? So there's the YouTube videos, there's all the things that you can do, but if I can have a one-on-one or a one on 30 even interaction with someone and hear from you and your heart, I think that's so important. And we're getting comments in the chat that's saying that your class is helpful, it's amazing. So kudos to you.
Look, I did not tell them to come in, but these are people that's literally like, they are working in their craft. They come to class every week. They're attentive. They take notes. It's crazy. So yeah, shout out to y'all. Y'all are amazing.
I love that. Okay, so we are nearing the end, and I want to give you an opportunity to share anything that you have coming up or how we can support you. Someone else in the comments said they loved you on Black Lightning. So you out here really doing big things, and so we're proud of you and excited for you and what you have to come. But share, how can we support you, or what are you working on?
Wow. First, I want to say shout out to everybody who's on here. Brittany, thank you for those amazing words. My brother Antonio. So right now, again, I'm working on a crazy action film that comes out April of next year. Next to, I mean, legendary Ray Liotta, who was one of the leads of The Goodfellas, and Tyrese. We all know him. And Scott Eastwood, the son of Clint Eastwood. Dylan Arnold, some phenomenal people, directed by Ariel Roman. And so I have that where I'm still filming now. And I have a couple other projects in the tuck that I cannot wait to announce. Some that are, my own, some that are my family. My mom is doing amazing as a filmmaker as well.
I love that.
And so we just have all of these things brewing. I am proud to say that I am finally working on a music EP. People have been asking me
Yay.
for years, and I am finally working on a music EP. And so I'm very happy to be sharing more info about that. I'm coming out with a hat line. Like, I got all these things
Love
happening.
that. Yes.
And so just be very, very patient with me. My production company is doing amazing, with so many opportunities coming out of like left field. And I mean, I can't wait till y'all see some of this stuff.
That is
I can't.
amazing. That is amazing. I have one more question for you. Actually, there's two. How do you stay so humble um in this in this industry, right? And so because you're doing major things, right? And so you could be, cocky. You can come through the building like, you know who I am. When I met you in Atlanta, you were so humble, so calm. You came to do the work. You did it. You did a great job. And it was very nice to be a part, to be in your presence in that way. You don't always get that interaction when you deal with celebrities and stars and things of that nature. So how do you keep your cool? How do you stay so humble in this industry where you could be flexing on all of us?
Nah, first off, a star is something in the sky that God created. So I'm not a star. I am a human, and that's what God designed me to be. And so, um, one thing that I'll say is I think my childhood and the way that I was brought up has 99% to do with that. As someone that didn't have the greatest upbringing in terms of like situational, I have phenomenal parents who literally did everything. I literally watched my parents my whole life give everything to everyone else, picking up families off the street, literally bringing people into our home. I'm coming home from school and I'm like, who is this person in the house? Um, and my parents literally give it all. And sometimes it was like the most confusing thing. And I'm not gonna lie, vulnerable moment. I used to literally question God, like,
Mm,
how can we be such a giving family, always doing like seems like we're always doing the right thing, but we're always losing everything. And when I say losing everything, I mean like losing everything, like from being homeless to having no lights to my mom and my dad getting buckets of water from the gas station so we could like bathe and go to school
mm.
smelling fresh, like kerosene heater sandwiches, like all types of things. And
Yeah, that's
so
real.
I know what it's like to have nothing.
Mm,
Um, and I know how quick you can lose everything. And so for me, it's not what I have, right? But it's what I've been blessed with because at the end
mhm,
of the day, yeah, I've done a lot of work to get to this place, but at the same time, there are doors that I walked in that I'm like, I don't know where they came from. I don't know how I got in there. So I know that it wasn't by my own power.
mhm.
Um, and it's not by my my might, my power, but it's by God's spirit. And so it's been a humbling experience. Like I don't know what else to say, but then also people keep me humble. Like I every day I have reasons and I see why I do this. Like from
Mhm.
John and Geo in the comments and
Did we lose them? Can you guys hear Chris, or did we lose him? Oh, we lost him. Give us 1 second. Add him back in. The devil was trying to stop us, but you won't get us. You won't get us.
okay, that
Sorry.
was weird. Ever since I updated my phone to iOS 15, it's been like
Oh
doing things.
no.
So y'all be careful. It's a little sketchy out here. But yeah, it's so many people, my students that I mean they keep me in the right mind frame. And I think sometimes you need that constant reminder of like you have not arrived. You're
Mm,
here as a result of God's grace and mercy and his unchanging hand. And it's our job to walk into doors and bring other people with us, but also inspire the people that are in there. Like all of us have a mission. And so my mission isn't to be the greatest actor alive. If God allows that, then cool. But my mission is to impact as many people, change communities, change environments. And so I think that matters more to me than having 12 movies come out and flex my muscles or
for sure.
sitting down with A-list actors and just thinking that I've made it. because at the same time, there's enough of that. Like there's
Mhm.
enough of that in the industry. Every day I log on Instagram, I see fellow creatives, and it breaks my heart because I see fellow creatives flexing about all the things that they do and have coming up, but I never see them offering or like, even so much as trying to help other individuals. And it's not something that it has to be public, but it just doesn't happen.
Mhm.
Like even down to something as simple as praying for somebody or, going to support them at an event. But I feel like everything is so clout based now. If
Mhm.
people can't gain from it, they're not going to attach themselves to it. And I just think that's backwards. So honestly, I would rather do community theater and make impact than to be on a big box office film and people just look at me as an untouchable being because I'm not that.
That's dope. And that is why you're going to be blessed forever. That is why. That is
I
why. That was
received that.
beautiful.
I
That
received that.
that was beautiful. And you can tell that you're very genuine and pure in what you're saying, right? It's so sad. Yeah, it's so true reading the comments. Um, But man, I want to thank you so much for your transparency. I want to thank you so much for dropping all of those gems. I want to thank you so much for sharing your time with us and for being about the people. And so I am the amateur expert and I know a little bit about a lot. And I want to ask you, what is something that you can share with me that I can say, Chris taught me that? It could be an acting tip, it could be something about singing, it could be a Snapple fact that you read one time, anything that I can just put in my pocket and be like, oh man, yeah, because there was that one time I was talking to Chris and he said, right. So what is something that you can share with me?
Okay, I'm gonna give you a Snapple fact just because you said it. Okay, I'm joking because I don't even drink Snapples, but I heard they're great. Um, so I have a quote that somehow it just dropped in my head in class probably like 3 weeks ago, and it's about acting,
Okay.
and it is if you can't be the character's worst enemy, then you don't know them enough.
Ooh,
And the reason that quote is so important is because what do they say about best friends? Like, best friends make great worst enemies because they know all your deep secrets, the secrets that your parents don't even know. They
mm,
know, the darkest moments in your past. And so we want to get to the place where we can be either our character's greatest asset or our character's great like worst enemy, because then you truly know them, like
that is
and
dope.
so that is a gem that I created. That's my quote. So don't go around, people. Y'all better not go around stealing that. I
Yeah,
don't
better
want to
let
hear
him
it
know.
nobody.
Chris, he said it. He said it here first. Well, in his class, but he said it. So
I said
y'all
it. It's mine.
y'all give
Um.
him this credit.
So yeah, I think that's something that I'll leave. And take care of yourself.
Mm,
Take care of yourself. That's the biggest one in this industry in life. Take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be patient with yourself because life comes quick
that's so
and
true.
not meant for us to have it all figured out. It's really not meant for us to have the perfect life. Like we all want the fairy tale life. And I think we all have to get to a place of understanding that life has to have balance. The Bible says a false balance is an abomination. When he created good, he created evil. When he created light, he created darkness. When he created water, he created the desert. Like life is about balance. And so do not get discouraged when you have 10 happy moments and then 10 bad moments happen right after,
Yeah,
because that's the world setting its balance. Now, what you should become great at is finding the positivity even when it seems bad, even when it hurts, like just finding the little lessons and the blessings and the moments in those things that are not so good, because in that's where you find true peace. And when you find true peace, then you have obtained happiness throughout all phases of life. And so That's what I can leave.
That is where we end because mic drop. I think I need to pass the offering plant because you just spoke a mighty word to the people them. Chris, this has been amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you, thank
Thank
you, thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you for
If you
having
are,
me.
of course, if you are not already following him, please do yourself a favor and follow him on Instagram. Where else are you? How can they stay in touch?
They can follow me on World Star Hip Hop. I post all my fight videos on there. If you want to see me act like a hoodlum, go to World Star, type in
Period.
Christopher Ammanuel,
Period.
and we showing out. But then you can follow me at my Bible study link if you want to see me be a good
Because what it's all about balance.
balance. You gotta have balance. But no, seriously, Christopher Emmanuel across all platforms. If you want to follow me, if you don't, completely fine. I'm sure we'll cross paths one day. I don't feel like a follow determines whether we can have a relationship or not. So if you want to hop in and hit me in the DM and ask to have Bible study, let's do it. Or if you want to hop in some acting classes, let's do it. Or if you just want somebody to talk to and you need a listening ear, trust me, you got a lot of people to that we're like therapy to each other. And so come on through, catch the vibe, and let's love each other.
Love that. Thank you so much. I hope that you have an amazing evening and we will talk soon. Be
Let's
good. And
talk.
when you said be kind, I laughed to myself because I've been saying to be good, be kind to yourself and be kind to others. It's the simplest thing, but something that we don't think about as often as we should. So y'all be kind to yourself and be kind to others, and we will see you next week.
That part.
Take care.
Peace. Love you guys.